I'm Wayne Murphy. I have made soups for the church for the Lenten dinners for many of the past years. And tonight I'm going to make a seafood soup that came from a recipe that my children brought when they stayed on the island of Anguilla some years ago. It is delightful tasting, and it is a very good variety of things that you can do with it afterwards. So let's take a look and let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is to cook the vegetables. So I'm going to put some olive oil into the bottom of this Dutch oven, and then I'm going to add into it the vegetables, which includes, starting with an onion that I have chopped up already. We'll put that in. Okay. Then I have celery, which has been chopped up. We'll throw that in. Supposed to be a red pepper, but of all things, Giant Eagle didn't have it, so we have an orange pepper in here. Okay. And finally, some carrots, and I have done it two ways. I've ground it up. In this case, I grated it on a grater, and it'll add just additional substance to it. We're putting in the equivalent of 2 cloves of garlic. I tend to buy the minced garlic, and it works fairly well, so that'll give a little flavor to it. We're going to put this in here, and we will cook it, start out, stir it up, and then I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes to get the vegetables so that they're cooked through. Okay, the next step in the process is to put some tomatoes and some fluid into this. So first is 2 cans of diced tomatoes with all the liquid that goes in, and 2 containers of clam juice. That's going to add some flavor to it. And then we're going to add in some Italian spices into it to give it a little extra flavor beyond the garlic. As you can see, we use very precise measurements when we do this. We're going to let this now, we'll let this cook again for another 10 minutes to get it all mixed together. Looks like the tomatoes and the vegetables are cooking very nicely right now. And now what we're going to do is add in our seafood portion of it. So what I have here is shrimp. I tend to buy the frozen shrimp that's been pre-cooked, and I actually cut the pieces up a little bit into smaller pieces. I cut it up so it eats. Put that in. That's pre-cooked. I have scallops here, and these were the small sea scallops. And I just got what Giant Eagle had on sale, and I cut them up into a little bit smaller sizes. Okay, and then finally, the last thing that I have is about 1 pound's worth of cod, again that I got local store, and I've cut it up into small pieces, and we'll put that in. And then we're gonna let this cook for a little bit, then I'll put some salt and pepper and check my seasonings out. I might add a little bit more of the Italian seasoning, but it'll be done in probably another 7 or 8 minutes, and it'll be fine. Well, it looks like we've got some soup here. Let's see, look at this. And it's a full bowl. I'm going to take just a little taste of it. I don't want to burn myself. And I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and some more pepper to it. And then we've got soup to eat. Now, what I wrote up in the recipe that this was a very flexible meal, and so I've done other things with it. For example, I've added cream or half and half to it to make it be more of a chowder type of a thing. I've added potatoes to it in the past, again more of a chowder. Quite often when we serve it, we'll get clams and put clams into it, and they'll pop up, and it makes very delightful servings. Sometimes we've done it so that it's more like a stew, so it's not as runny and liquidy. And so what I've done is take rice, cook the rice part way, and then put the rice in along with it. It'll soak up the fluids, and so you've got more of a thicker thing to put on a plate with a salad or something like that. So I'll tell you what, it's been a great recipe for us, and I hope you enjoy it too.